moment's notice as soon as that bitch gets a rile up her ass.
I mean, anything could be turned. Ethan could tell her that.
Hence the point. Hence
anything.
the point. Hence
And
the
she
point.
could turn around and they will come and investigate. They asked my child. They verbally asked my child. My child said he was not vaping. They wanted to search my child, but it was the day after. They have never, when I've had DCF called, they have asked to come to my house, but they've never I've never objected to that because I didn't have anything to hide. I didn't do anything wrong, but there wasn't a specific of, it was being presented as my home is not a safe environment. It wasn't a safe environment at this point in time when this event happened. It was a broad spectrum that, anyway, there was nothing found, obviously, to deem my house as unsafe. But when it comes to DCF, they could come into my house at any point from anything that is said from any of David's children. It doesn't even have to be true. However, that's my point. My point is I am not willing to allow, knowingly, visually watching it happen, a child to go hungry simply because their father is too busy playing a video game to realize, oh shit, I have a kid I should feed.
At that point, you're just driving yourself up the loony bin.
I know.
And that is upon your own discretion. Other than that, the only thing I can tell you is that's... Because you're either going to break up with them over it, or you're just going to drive yourself into the loony bin. Or you can take... Or you can take the adult thing to do and be like, look, ain't my problem, ain't my child, it is yours. I've told you what I have a problem with. I told you why I don't like it. I told you this and I told you that. I'm tired of taking care of him like it's my kid. There really isn't. That's the problem. There is an option, but you ain't gonna like it.
I feel like there has to be a level of communication that will get through to him that...
There is. And it's the only one I know of.
Issue.
No, because it's the only one I know of. The only one I know of is the one that suits everyone. And that is to let it happen, watch you fail, watch you bitch and scream, and then going, sorry, but I told you so, and you can either take it or leave it, or you can hate me for it.
Do you know the difference between an intelligent person and a wise person?
Yes, intelligence doesn't get you anywhere, neither does wisdom. The only thing that does is the experience that comes with them.
And this is something that was told to me at a very young age, and it's something that sticks with me. A smart man will learn from his mistakes.
No, they won't.
But a wise man will learn from other people's.
No. Actually, that statement is actually false on both regards. The reason why it is false on both regards is because a smart man understands his problem and can fix his problem. A wise man not only understands his problem, not only can fix his problem, but can figure out everyone else's.
Not problems. We're not talking problems. We're talking about mistakes.
No, that is a problem. A problem is a mistake.
Difference.
No, there isn't.
No, a problem is something that is happening and you're currently in the solution of it. A mistake you have already done.
No.
A mistake is past tense.
No. A mistake can be present. Oops, I made a mistake. That's present. Regardless of what it is, it's present.
No, made is past tense.
No.
And making a mistake is present. But
no, it's not.
When you made it...
I hate to tell you this, that's false. That is a false contradiction. The reason why it's a false contradiction is because accidents happen regardless of the situation or circumstance. Regardless, it's a problem. Why? Because it's a problem. That's the thing. It doesn't matter how you justify it. A problem is a problem. That's why a problem is just the problem. And I understood that. Hence the reason why when people tell me, oh, you made a mistake. No, I have a fucking problem. Why? Because I made a mistake, which now I have a problem.
Sometimes mistakes fix problems.
Hence, a mistake is a problem. A problem is a mistake. It's all the same term, just used in a different reference because people want to put something to it that makes no relevant sense other than making themselves happy or making themselves try to sound smart.
Ultimately, what it comes down to is being conscious.
Yes,
of
and self-aware
what
of the
is happening.
yes, and self-aware of the situation in which you can take control of, and in which you can do something about. But you have to accept when you cannot do something about it. You have to let it happen. It's no more different than my kids. My kids wanted to leave, the fucking house and go live with their mom. I knew that was a bad idea. I fucking didn't want that to happen, but I can't stop them.
I think part of it comes down to...
It's a free country. They're allowed to choose from the day they are born what they want to do. I cannot stop them. And I cannot keep them from their mother under law.
And I understand that. To go away from the legalities and away from the custody thing.
But that's what you're asking. I mean, that's literally what you're asking.
Well, that was one of the examples I gave, but that's not.
No, that is well. If you honestly think, if you honestly think about what you're talking about, is how to get David to deal with his son, which is a legality problem according to Florida, according to you.
But yes, but that was for
so we are talking about a legality problem.
We were also originally we were talking about like the whole thing with we agreed to be we joined a team. We agreed we were going to be somewhere at 7 o'clock, and so it goes back to Ethan was an example.
Yes,
and all of that was from that example. Yeah, but that isn't the whole. But
what's the whole then?
A more basic level, I am a very proactive person because I look ahead at what is coming. I look ahead and see it's 5:30 and I'm on my way to pick him up, and 7 o'clock we have to be at the pool hall.
But he's not.
He is a
procrastinator.
Reactive person.
No, procrastinator.
Yeah, well, that too.
No, he's a procrastinator. I've told him this. No, he's not. No, he's not. You know what reactive means?
Yeah, you only deal with the problem when it comes up.
No, that's not. No, I'm sorry. What is a reaction? Because that's what it means to be reactive, is to react to something.
Yes.
So that he's not that. How can you tell me something? That's like a spring. When you pull it back, it snaps back. That's a reaction. That is like hitting a cue ball against another ball. And what reacts when you hit the cue ball to another ball? It bounces the other ball. That is a reaction. He does not do that.
Okay. I'll give you
that. I'll give you a million fucking terms that I can give for that. No, he's a procrastinator, and I've called him this, and I've told him that.
I feel like he's an ostrich with his head stuck in the sand. Nothing is happening around me until somebody walks up behind and kicks him in the ass. And then it's like,
but there's no reaction. No, there is still no reaction.
I'm tired of being the one kicking him in the ass.
No, he is not an ostrich, because even an ostrich will still stay there until the danger is gone or until it's dead.
Yeah, well, that's the...
Still head in the ground.
I think so he's an ostrich and a possum in combination, because he'll play dead to avoid having the reaction.
Now you're understanding a procrastinator. Because that's what a procrastinator does. Tries not to do something, so therefore the person that is asking will go either find someone else to do it, or they'll do it themselves. That's a procrastinator. Within a general perspective of anything, you can take it and slice it any way you want, you'll still get the same amount of pie.
You know what the problem with procrastinators is? There's not a recovery program, because the meetings are always tomorrow.
No, there is. It's called I Punch You in the Face. You'll realize that tomorrow.
Procrastinators unite tomorrow.
Well, no, I mean, I'm dead serious. My older brother used to procrastinate a lot. Okay, so to get him to procrastinate, or to get him not to procrastinate a whole lot, I used to fight him.
Yes,
almost every day.
That works between brothers. That doesn't work between spouses. It's called domestic violence.
No, it's not. It's called a mutual understanding of adults.
No,
Yes,
it's
it
only
is.
in Texas.
No,
It,
no,
honestly,
no, it's not. That goes globally. That goes globally. I'm sorry. No, it
Texas
doesn't.
law says you two, as long as both parties are in agreement, you can square up with somebody.
Nope.
Florida law doesn't say that.
Oh, no, but you know what does? Independence law does.
Well, unfortunately, Florida has a law that if they are called to a domestic violence situation, somebody's going to jail.
I, the people, state that I am allowed to assault this person because of any infringement that they put upon my behalf.
Yeah, I wish it was that simple.
Oh, it is that simple because I've used it. And I've used it in almost every damn state. Why? Because it's my right of independence. My right of independence states that from a child, I have the right to do these things. I don't have to be an adult. I don't have to be anything. I just have to be here. I have to be born in the fucking United States, and that's it.
Well, I don't think laying hands is going to.
So
help
an
unless
adult.
we're talking about praying.
So an adult is allowed to lay their hands on me, but I can't lay their hands on them. But I can't lay my hands on them.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying in the
But that's
situation
what's
that we were
came
talking
up.
about with David being a procrastinator, I don't think laying hands either through assault or prayer is going to be the answer.
I'm not saying it's going to be the answer, but in most cases, it is the answer. Okay? Especially when you get tired of something. Okay? Whenever you get tired of something or someone, you have a tendency to want to kick their ass, and hence David can't say the same thing, because I know David enough to, I know anyone well enough to know that. Okay? Hence my rule is you don't trust anyone you can't assault. Why? Because when they make you mad, or when something happens, you want to go physically assault them. So why would you trust anyone you cannot go and physically assault? It makes no sense. And people tell me I have an anger management issue. No, I know where my anger is directed, hence the point. Okay, so this is why I state it. David, on the other hand, is a non-combative person. You know this, we have talked about it. Hello?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't know if he called you again. No, that's fine. I didn't know if he was calling or something. But the whole thing is for example, okay, if it was me, and like I told David many times, okay, that if he were to bring my kids, okay, or if I were to bring my kids to, let's say, Florida, and my kids were to, deal with him. Like, I asked him, how do you think my kids would take you? He's like, what do you mean? How do you think my kids would take you? Because my kids, I've literally heard them state this to many other adults, that they find them to be pussies. And I couldn't believe that came out of their mouth one time. Why? Because they want to conduct themselves, but not be conducted themselves. So, hence you get the point. Okay, David wants to conduct someone, but he doesn't want to be conducted himself. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so, hence the problem with David. Alright, the problem with David, okay, is he is built on how we say, I know most people don't like me saying this, and you probably won't either, but I'm going to say it anyway. Okay, I have no problem hitting a bitch. Plain and simple. I don't. Okay? Do you know why?
He gets them to leave you alone, or fix the problem, or readjust the attitude, or
no, it's not.
Whatever
why would
the issue is.
No. Why would I hit someone to readjust an attitude? That's abuse. Even to an adult, that's still abuse.
If their attitude is that they can hit and push you around, you can readjust that to realize that I'm not the one.
Okay, right? Okay, remember what you just said. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
So, the same thing as David. He doesn't want to be pushed around by his ex, but yet,
when it's left up to him, he doesn't move.
okay, that hence his problem. Okay, So, the biggest problem he has is not the point of how we say wanting to do something, it's coming out of a relationship